Very good afternoon, sir, and a very good afternoon to all the participants. Today, I welcome you all in the third day of this 3 days international workshop on Millet Mahotsav, which is being organized by Just Agriculture Education Group and Sher Kashmir University of Agriculture Sciences and Technology Kashmir. So, as we all know that the United Nations has declared this year 2023 as the International Year of Millets, and in India we are celebrating this year more than any other country, and we are celebrating this by organizing various events like various conferences, conclaves, organizing awareness program, awareness campaigns, and many more things we are doing on our own level, and government is also promoting this year. So this event or this international workshop is just an attempt from our side, from Just Agriculture Education Group side, to create awareness about the International Year of Millets and about the millets, and what is the scope in millets like in long run. So we are organizing this program. So in this series, today we have our guest of this session, Dr. Sangappa sir. He is a scientist in specialization agriculture extension at ICAR, Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad. So, before inviting sir to deliver his talk, I am just going to briefly introduce sir to our participants. So, Dr. Sangappa is currently working as a scientist at ICR, Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad. His specialization is agriculture extension, and he has been awarded with the UGC JRF for his PhD program at ICAR NDRI Karnal, which is a deemed university. And he cleared Agriculture Research Service ARS in agriculture extension and joined the service in 2015 at ICAR. And sir has more than 7 years of experience in research, and he is working on the promotion of millets processing value addition units at the farm gate. So sir also worked on millet nutrition, extension, entrepreneurship development, and promotion of various farmer producer organizations. He promoted 41 millets FPOs and established several millets processing units, custom hiring centers. He also organized more than 80 capacity building programs for millet stakeholders, including USAID sponsored international training program, FTF ITT, and ACABC programs. He participated in 90 plus millet exhibition, and he has collaborative external funding projects and co-authored various publications which are dedicated to millets. So today sir is going to talk on the topic millets farmer producer organization, linking smallholders to export market and consumers. And I must say that sir was very busy, although it's Sunday and he's working in office, but he has taken out his precious time for this session. So sir, I'm very thankful to you for this, and now over to you, sir.
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah, sir, you're audible.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for this opportunity, and as well as giving brief about the background of this conference, as well as the inviting me to deliver this session. Madam, as you are aware that we are celebrating International Year of Millets, and where we need the farmers to produce the millets, and in one side, in other side, we require the consumers also to connect the farmers and to buy from the farmers or directly from the farmers or the farmers groups and all. In this perspective, so we are working, as you said, on the millets farmer producer organization in different states. So regarding this one, I would like to share my experiences with my team. He's here, and Indian Institute of Millet Research is working on the millets promotion through these farmer producer organization, exclusive on the millets and the millet based products. So let me share this presentation, ma'am, and I welcome all the participants from across the globe for this particular presentation on this beautiful evening. So I will be discussing on the how millets can be produced at the FPO level, that is farmer producer organization level, and also connect them to the market. Ma'am, hope it is visible clearly.
Yeah, sir, it's visible. You can start.
Thank you so much. So, well, once again, I welcome you all. So, just agriculture team, and as well as the organizer of this conference, and also my colleagues from the different institutes, as well as all the participants. So, friends, we will be discussing on the millets farmer producer organization and how we can link these smallholders groups to the market, especially to the consumers. Yeah. Here we'll discuss on the bit introduction and why do we need the FPO in present scenario, formation of the farmer producer organization, some success stories of the farmer producer organization, and schemes related to the FPOs and also the business related to this one. And at the end, we'll have the discussion, the question answers. So how we can take forward this one. So let me begin my presentation with a few questions that a farmer producer organization, can it be an emerging solution for agrarian crisis which we are facing as we talk about the import export market and all, and we invest a lot of money in the oilseed sector or millet sector for the importing exporting things, and we import the oilseeds from the other countries, and things are there, and we produce one thing and we market this one to the other countries, and as well as the consumers require the product specific cultivars or the products and all. So can we address these things through these FPOs? Is the one question, as we will be addressing this one in the present coming slides. As you are aware that the Amul is the big organization in the country, and it brought the smile on millions of dairy farmers in India. Yes, hope you agree this one. And as well, coming to the millets related farmers, millet farmers are as you're aware, these are the small and marginal farmers. How we can bring the smile on these small and marginal farmers' face? Yeah, this is the big question. And before we proceed to our presentation and in detail, so let me share the bit words mentioned by our Honorable Prime Minister in his Mann Ki Baat about our farmer producer organization formed by the ICR Indian Institute of Millet Research.
Karnataka.
Hope it is audible to you, madam. Rafi, is audible?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it is audible.
कलबुर्गी में अनंत भुताई मिलेट्स फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी ने पिछले साल इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मिलेट्स रिसर्च की देखरेख में काम शुरू किया। यहाँ के खाकरा, बिस्कुट और लड्डू लोगों को भा रहे हैं। कर्नाटका के ही बीदर जिले में हुलसूर मिलेट प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी से जुड़ी महिलाएं मिलेट्स की खेती के साथ ही उसका आटा भी तैयार कर रही है। इससे इसकी कमाई भी काफी। कर्नाटका के कलबुर्गी में।
Yeah. From this video, you can understand that two things. One is the vocal for the local, and another thing, the local employment, and as well as another thing is that the Atmanirbhar Bharat, what we talk in different forum and all. So here we have created the group, established the primary processing unit on the millets, and the processing facility is given to the women members at the local level. They are processing at the small scale and reaching directly to the consumers. So in case of the millets, it is the new thing, and the demand for the millets is increasing. So that's why, by understanding these issues, so Prime Minister has mentioned about these FPOs in his Mann Ki Baat recently. So coming to the farmers' dilemma in cultivation of the crops. Yes, we know that small and marginal farmers, up to 85% of in India, we have the small and marginal farmers who are having land holding less than the 1 hectare or the less than that. So they face various problems like what to grow, how to grow, when to grow, how to store and preserve it, when to sell, how to sell it into the different market, and when to harvest also when it is ready, and whether to go for the validation, processing, or immediately to the market. So like that, the various problems faced by the Indian farmers, especially small and marginal farmers. To address these issues, we require a strong extension system, and to reach out to these small farmers, it is very difficult also. They face a lot of challenges pertaining to the backward linkages and also the forward linkages. So to address these issues and all, we need a platform. So we need a complete setup where we can disseminate the information and we can provide the innovation to the farmers as well as provide the need-based technologies and marketing to these farmers. So that's why the concept has come in India. So you just see that the challenges for the individual farmers with respect to the backward linkages and the forward linkages. In backward linkages, we have the lack of access to the advisory and extension services where farmers are located in remote places. Our friends from the agriculture department feel difficulty to reach them as they have burdened with a lot of work because of the lack of manpower and all, and lack of access to the modern technologies. Many institutes are working for the development of their new technologies and all, but still the adoption of among the farmers of these technologies is a bit low because we need a lot of time to convince them, and it is kind of a risk-taking ability also. And one more thing is that lack of timely availability of inputs at affordable cost. So there is also one of the issues where farmers are facing. And coming to the forward linkage, that is especially the marketing related. That is lack of storage and warehousing facility among the farmers at the village level, and high cost of transportation and storage is another thing where the production is at the one place and the market are available for these produce it in different places. So that has to be addressed. And lacks of bargaining power in the mandi, as the small and marginal farmers cannot reach to these mandis and bargain the produce whatever they have. And also there is little or no value addition in the produce or at the farm gate. So these are the issues mainly faced by the small and marginal farmers. And coming to the millet farmers, friends, as you are aware that millets is creating a lot of demand in the market. However, the farmer who is small or the marginal, when he cultivate the produce like the foxtail, little and all, hardly he fetch the price 20 to 30 rupees in the market. That is the raw material. And local aggregator, he aggregate this one at the rate of 30 to 40 rupees and it will go to the millers in big way. And later on, after the milling, again in the packed material, it will come to the wholesaler and it will go to the retailer. And finally, we as a consumer, it will be purchased at 90 to 100 rupees per kg. Hope it is agreeable, and also you might have experienced also at especially in the metro cities. So what we can do, how we can increase the farmers' income at the farm gate by intervening with the facility. In traditional system, as I mentioned, it will go to from the farmers, it will go to the trader, bulk processor, wholesaler, retailer, and then to the consumer. This is the traditional method of system. And now, as we are talking about the farmer producer organization, where if we provide the facility to process these millets at the farm gate, then definitely the farmers can get the better price and it will reach to the consumers directly. So say the farm gate processing unit at the farm FPO level, after the processing, the product with the FPO's brand will reach to the wholesaler, retailer, warehouses, private leveling, and so on and so. So this is what happening in India. So we need a lot of interventions at the FPO level to provide the primary processing facility and also the packaging, branding, and little market support. So in this view, the ICAR Indian Institute of Millet Research is working on this one, and I can share some of the stories about these things in coming slides. So why do we need the FPOs as we collect? So what is FPO? That is a platform where we aggregate the small and marginal farmers and we go for the registration of this one under the Indian Companies Act. So in India, we have more than 85% of the small and marginal farmers who are having less land, means the land holding is very low. So the reaching to the latest technologies, advisory services are the lacking in the backward and forward linkages are common nowadays. That's why the committee constituted by Y.K. Alaga has introduced this concept that is called farmer producer organization. And this is nothing but to provide the better backward linkages to the farmers and also the forward linkages at the community level or at the village level or at the or you can say at the village level, so that the farmers can get the better remunerative price for their produce and better inputs at timely, and also the marketing facility and storage facility to them. So these are the mainly the objectives of the FPO, where different setup is there, so you can understand you can understand in coming slides. So these FPOs can also provide the dissemination of the new technologies to the farmers, and also to get the feedback from the farmers to reach out to the extension and research system, so that the new innovations based on the need can be farmed or the developed, and again it can be provided to the farmers. The concept of FPO is nothing but this is a profit limited company. So aggregation of the farmers, so providing the facility to them, and the making business among the farmers, and dividends will be shared among the farmers. So this is the concept from the government of India, has introduced way back in the 2005 and all. So the complete the ownership of the FPOs with its members only, and it will easily facilitate the doing of business. So nowadays many FPOs, that more than 10,000 FPOs have been planned from the government of India and the state governments like Karnataka and Odisha. The FPOs are coming up like mushroom. But thing is that as agriculture department officials or as a citizen of India, we need to handle these FPOs so that this can be a sustainable and viable in the future. So how it can be formed? So friends, at the community level, we can aggregate the farmers, small and marginal farmers, into a group, and it can be a building block to the FPOs formation. So women, men, irrespective of the gender, caste, creed, and everything, so they can join the FPOs and register and become the shareholders in this one. Members in the FIG means farmer interested group. It's like SHG members. If in villages, if we have the FIGs or the SHGs, that can be considered to form the FPO at the village level, and later on it can be registered officially. So the service model is like that, FPOs. So the representatives from the different FIGs can be a board of directors, where general manager, FPO staff will be there, and the local resource person, means the local key persons can become to facilitate the FPO mobilization and also the aggregation of the farmers. The board of directors can act as a planning, implementation, and monitoring of the FPO activities in different level. So if we form the FPOs, then definitely we have the lot of advantages, and you can see here the economies of scale can attract the traders at the FPO places. Of course, when we aggregate the produce, not only the millets, even the other produce, when we aggregate at the village level or at the FPO level, then definitely the big traders or the big companies can reach out to the FPOs to buy that one. And aggregation will help to reduce the transport cost to the small and marginal farmers. Definitely it is there, because if you see that the transport cost from the small farmers to the big farmers and reaching out to the mandis and all, it is more. So that can be minimized, and at the village level only that can be managed, and the availability of the advisory services will happen at the timely. And important thing is that inputs like the seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and other requirements like the small equipments can also be introduced timely to these small and marginal farmers. And the important thing is that market and especially the post-harvest losses can also be minimized. So these are some of the services are giving in different FPOs. If you see that some of the successful FPOs, so all the activities are included, and our own FPOs which are formed in millets by the ICAR Indian Institute of Millet Research, we are working on these aspects and all. So you may see or the question also that who can start the FPOs? Are we eligible to start the FPOs, or any farmers, or any agri graduates, or any person who are interested to work with the farmers can start the FPO? Yes, definitely. So those who are interested to nurture the farmers, farming community, and interested to increase their income, then definitely can come forward to work for the FPOs. If we have the 10 farmers who are involved in the agriculture sector, then initially, then definitely it can be registered, or any SHG groups who are working at the village level or the community level and already involved in some sort of the processing, value addition, or preparation of the food products, or the collection of the equity, then definitely they can come forward to register as a FPO. And even combination of two, like the progressive farmers or the smaller marginal farmers, along with some SHG members who are involved in the agricultural activities, they can join together and form a producer company in India. And it is to be noted that all the members of a producer company should be involved in agriculture or allied activities compulsory, because we require a certificate proof from the agriculture officer or a local extension officer or joint director of agriculture to get proof to register these are involved in the agriculture activities and all. So other documents required for the registration of the FPOs, like some KYCs, including the Aadhaar card, PAN card, and this thing. And bank statement is very important from the board of directors. That is 5 members board of directors and 5 members are act as promoters in the beginning. So we require these things, and mail IDs, gas bill, registered office address, passport photos are all some of the minimum requirement to register the FPOs. So as I mentioned, farming certificate is very important that should be produced while registration of this FPO. So how this can be registered? Who will help us? Friends, we have the company secretaries or the chartered accountants located in the different cities or the different areas, where if we approach him or her, then definitely they will create the necessary documents, everything on virtually. We need not to be present physically. If we provide the documents which I mentioned in the previous slide, then he will create the digital signature certificate, director's identification number, and all the necessary documents, and he will submit that one to the company secretary, to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. And the registration, after the registration and after the accepting by this assistant registrar of companies, then the certificate will generate like the certificate of incorporation by the government of India. So then onwards, the legal entity will be there as a company, like the corporate company, like the Reliance, Airtel, or ITC, like kind of the things. Then it will allow us to start a business after necessary measures or the rules and all. So how we are working in from the Indian Institute of Millet Research with the FPOs. So starting from the mobilization to the providing them to the farm inputs as a centers, we are facilitating them to link to the loan and credit system, custom hiring centers. Millets aggregation is happening at the FPO level, because farmers who are growing the millets are the small and marginals, especially in the dryland areas. And those who are the big farmers, they can also take up only 1 acre, 2 acre, or the 5 acres maximum. Again, they will be considered as a small and marginal farmers only with respect to the millets cultivation. So aggregation of these millets is important. The scattered area is there, so that area or the produce to be aggregated at the FPO level, and we can store it in the warehousing system and all. Then whenever we have the demand, we can take up the processing and validation of this millets. And from our institute, we are facilitating the market accessibility also. So complete comprehensive components are involved in this FPO, in the millet-based FPO, to celebrate the International Year of Millet. However, and we are giving a lot of emphasis to increase the area under the millets during this year. So in addition to these activities, what are the other activities can be taken up by FPO? Here I am giving the typical example of one of the FPO located at Visakhapatnam of Andhra Pradesh, where they are taking up lot of activities with respect to the millets as well as the day-to-day activities, where they are generating the employment to the women members by producing the millet-based value-added products at the locally, and giving the information about the employment, linking the small and marginal farmers to the government schemes, and awareness on the different financial services, and some capacity building programs also with respect to the food production, with respect to the packaging, with respect to the wash programs. So similar way, even for the nutritional security, we are promoting the kitchen gardens also through these FPOs. So comprehensive, the activities can be taken up. So n number of the activities can be included in the FPO's umbrella. So that will really help the FPOs to build a strong system and create the viable and sustainable entity in the market. So all the big companies, if you see the corporate companies like the ITC, Olam, RML, or any other things, they have the tie-up with some or other farmer producer organization, because they need the raw material for the value-added products what they produce, and they need the continuous supply also. So in this way, they have the linkages with the bigger companies. So in the similar way, we as a Millets FPOs, we can also have the collaboration with the association with the bigger companies like the ITCs, Parley, and other people to supply our raw material also, if we want to supply that one. If not, then we can have the opportunity to prepare our own validated products also, as you have seen in the very first video, where our millet FPOs are producing the small validated products at the FPO level from the SHG members. So like that, we have the marketing bond also to create the market bond with the big companies. So how new FPO system is there at India nowadays? The 10,000 new FPOs are being created by the Government of India with the association of state governments and different agencies involved in this one. So important implementing agencies are NABARD, National Cooperative Development Corporation, that is NCDC, and Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, which is located at New Delhi. So these implementing agencies are acting as a nodal agencies to promote and allocate the blocks to the cluster-based business organization, which are located in different parts of the country, and based on the requirement and based on the availability of the produce. So they are giving the value chain target also. So develop the value chain like the millets, like the pomegranate, or like the pigeon pea or the other pulses. So depend upon the produce available in particular blocks, the value chain need to be developed. So after the value chain, the farmers will be getting the benefit from this FPOs. So this is what the concept is created here. And some other organizations are also involved with the funding from the central government or from the corporate social responsibility or their own, like the state government. Karnataka has started to form the 750 more FPOs under the Amrut scheme of the state government. So similarly, Odisha government is creating their own FPOs. NCDC involved in the formation of the cooperative FPOs, and the state SFEC like Tamil Nadu, Assam and all, they are also involved in the formation of their own FPOs in the different schemes. So TriFed and NAFED are also involved in the FPO formation and all. So we as a team or as a collaboration, we can form and create the good number of the FPOs so that the small and marginal farmers who are facing the difficulties to get the better income from the agriculture, that can be addressed. So some of the models which are created by the IMR, you can see that in the different places we have the different models. So wherever we have the millets, so we have given emphasis for the primary processing and also the secondary processing, like the creation of the flour and other things. And where we have the huge production of the pulses like the chickpea and all, where we have linked them to the procurement centers, and FPOs are acting as a procurement center in these places. And wherever we have the tribals, where they produce the millets as well as the other tribal related products, even the artisans and weavers. So we have collaborated them to bring them into the one platform, that is the tribal FPO located in Lambasingi of the Visakhapatnam district, Andhra Pradesh state. So like that, based on the need, based on the availability, and based on the marketing interventions, we have made a strategy to increase the income of the farmers who are associated with the FPOs. So from the IMR, we have the 33 FPOs already registered and 8 more FPOs which are allotted in this financial year. Those are under the process of registration and that will be done soon. So we are working at the 4 states mainly with our own staff and with our own association with the funding agencies like NABARD, NCDC, Watershed Development Department of Government of Karnataka, and also the SFEC that is located in New Delhi. So 4 states, 41 FPOs that are millet based, and we are working. In addition to this one, we are also working with the other FPOs which are located in different states like the Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh as well, and Odisha, where we are virtually and with hand-holding these FPOs with our technical guidance and linking them to the market. So coming to the how these FPOs can involve in the millet-based activities, millet-based business activities mainly. As you are aware, friends, we from our institute work on the 9 millets. 3 are the major like the sorghum, finger millet, pearl millet, and the minor millets are like brown top, kodo, proso, barnyard little, and foxtail millet. Of course, you are aware about these millets and all. So as we are celebrating International Year of Millets, some more some more forgotten crops like the sikhiya, the also see the amaranthus and other forgotten nutri-cereals are involved in the in this millets category. And in some tribal areas, we can find the different kinds of the small grains which are underutilized and having the good amount of nutrition. Those are also being explored during this year. So millet-based, the demand is increasing nowadays due to the reasons like the health, and another thing is that the situation what we are facing like the COVID and all. So the health related issues like the lifestyle disorders like the diabetic, cardiovascular diseases or the obesity are common nowadays. So those things need to be addressed with our proper diet, which can be achieved through our millets also. So here, if we include our millets in our food plate, then definitely we can address these lifestyle disorders. So in other side, we have the business opportunities as the ready-made technologies are available at our institute or in our other institutes which are working on the millets. So those opportunities can be grabbed by the FPOs to make it a sustainable and viable entity at the village level. So which are the FPO, which are the business opportunities and all, you can see here. So first thing is the millet processing. So as you are aware that in the traditional way, so we used to mill the millets by using the pestle and mortar, and especially the women members involved in these activities. And this is a drudgery also. So nowadays it is very difficult to women to process it and pack it and all. So in this way, in the small millets, we require the dehulling is very much essential. That is removal of the outer layer. So the unprocessed grain cost is at the 25 to 30 rupees in the market. However, when we process it and when we make it as a ready to cook grains like the millet rice, that cost is more than the 80 to 90 rupees in the market for per kg. Again, it is depend upon the market or the city where we need to pay more than the 100 rupees also. So that dehulling is difficult for the women members to process manually or in the traditional method. Then only the concept come, that is the mechanization, and that is nothing but the starting of the primary processing unit. When you process it through these machines, then definitely the FPOs can pack it in their own brand and reach to the consumer. So this is connecting directly from farmers to the consumers where they can get the better price. So we have made an effort here, and the farmers got the FPOs got the complete primary processing setup in on 1 hour FPO located in Hulsur block of the Bidar district, Karnataka, where the farmers or the members are processing these millets and connecting directly to the market. So this is a kind of intervention we have made from the Indian Institute of Millet Research, and the farmers, means the small and marginal farmers who are producing the millets, they are getting the better price in the market. So coming to the second, three processing technologies like the milling, flaking, puffing, baking, extrusion technology, instant mixes are available nowadays, and beverages and shelf life enhancement technologies. So these are all give the business avenues to our farmers. So those who are associated with the millet-based FPOs. So milling technology like the flour, we can prepare like the wheat flour in the market, what we see from the ITC and all. Similarly, millet flour can be prepared by just investing another 2 to 3 lakh rupees, and the millet upama rava, idli rava, khichdi rava can also be prepared from these small equipments and all. So whatever is being produced at the locally, that can be processed and packed and reached to the consumers directly. So the demand is increasing nowadays, and similarly, the millet consumers can get the required product from the local farmers. So after the flour or the what you see seen the millets related products like the flour and the khichdi ravas and all. So we can also take up the pohas, like the flakes from the millet based flakes. You can see in this picture where if you invest about the 8 to 10 lakh rupees in the smaller capacity, then we can prepare all the millet based flakes, and that can be to the consumers directly. The consumer can use it as a breakfast item or the snacks item, or even the preparation of the other value-added products also, like the chickpeas or the nutri bars and all. So these are some of the practices which are being followed by our FPOs in some places. And the puffing technology means we prefer to have the snacks items, and from the millets, again, it is very tasty as well as the nutritious. So from the puff gun machine, we can prepare all the 9 types of the millets puffs. That is like the corn popcorn. So similarly, the tasty items or the snacks items can be prepared, and it has the nutrition as well, because we are not losing the nutrition when we puff it, and this can act as a evening snack item. So there is a lot of scope for this one. Many startups have started these puffing technologies by investing the puff gun machine and all. And here the 50 grams puffs is being sold at the 50 rupees in some Hyderabad basal market. So there is an opportunity for the FPOs as well. So we can take up. So instant mixes you can see here, like the instant MTR gulab jamun. So similarly, we have the pongal mix, upma mix, dosa mix and all. So that can also be a business avenues to our farmers or the FPOs, where they easily can take up this kind of the business ventures at the FPO level. So we see that a lot of business around the beverages, like the Indian coffee house or the our coffees are different from the different brand and all. So similarly, we can use the millet bran also to prepare the tea or the other lassi, malt and things can be prepared and can be introduced in this one. So probably you might have seen that Bellet Cha is another, the concept is coming prepared out of from the jaggery. So similarly, we can introduce this one because the consumers need the change. They're looking for the different things, and especially the immunity booster in there. So millets can provide that one. We can introduce this kind of the products in the market from the FPO. The constraint in the millets primary processing is that the shelf life, because friends, due to the rancidity, we cannot keep the millet based products for a long time, especially the primary processed grades. That's why the vacuum packaging technology can be adopted to pack the millet grains in the by using the vacuum package, so the shelf life can be extended up to the 9 months and all. So this will help to the market in the globally, or we can achieve the export also. So that cost is about the 1 lakh rupees in the small scale at the FPO level. We can introduce it and we can market also. So such things can also be introduced to expand our business avenues. So it is very difficult to prepare the millet based rotis, especially from the sorghum, bajra and all. So we need to prepare the doughs, knead it, and the tap it, and flatten it, and later on we need to bake it. But nowadays it is very difficult for the women members also to invest the time for preparation of these foods. So that's why we have developed a small unit, that is the roti making machine, with the help of an entrepreneur, and this will provide us up to 50 to 60 rotis in an hour, and it is cost about the 8.5 thousand rupees. So a small SHGs or the FPO members can initiate this business, and really this will help to form the roti making units, and can supply to the dhabas, can supply to the some of the these programs like the marriage and other things also. So we can introduce the millets also one side, and in other side we can give the employment and also achieve the nutritional security with this one. So the FPOs having another business opportunity is that starting their own exclusive millet based dhabas, or the restaurant or the kitchens kind of the things, because the availability of these recipes is very less in the market, and the consumers wants to have the millet based recipes. However, they are not getting timely. So FPOs can start it. They can prepare the n number of the millet based recipes, even the veg, non-veg also. And these recipes are standardized and uploaded on our institute website. So those can be accessed easily and start the business. So farmers can go for the millet seed production as well. So nowadays the demand for the seed is increasing due to the International Year of Millets. Many state government wants to introduce the millets in the different cropping system and all. So that's why the millet seed is a kind of lacuna or the constraint for the departments. So farmers can take up the seed production and can link up to department and sell also, because the seed rate is comparatively, the cost of the seed is comparatively more than the normal grain. So that is the one of the another business opportunity to the FPOs. And another thing is that especially in the animal husbandry sector, the utilization of the fodder from the millets and in the dairy sector is very important. During the lean period, we can prepare the fodder block and all supply also, because in millets we have the single cut and multi cut forage cultivars, which really help to increase the milk yield also, and even in the help in the animal husbandry. So that is the one of the option to the our FPO members to achieve this one. So if you see all together, that is the branding is very important in the FPO side, because the local produce will be marketed when we have the better branding. So from our institute side, to create the demand and create the awareness among the consumers, we have established this Eat Right brand through our Indian Institute of Millet Research, not for the FPO, even for it, this is for the institute brand as going on. So our FPOs have their own brands at the local level, like the what you have seen in the Alan's products like that. So that will really help the FPOs to create more demand in the market. So in this way, we are helping our FPOs to directly reach out to the consumers with the validated products or the processed products, and we are trying to eliminate the layers in the market channel or the supply chain, where the farmers can get the better price for their income at the FPO level. So my friend Rafi is here. So we jointly worked on the millet model for the complete setup to help the millet FPOs, like the supplying of the seeds here with the major millets or the minor millets or the required the millets. We have supplied the seeds, and we are given the capacity building programs to them, how to cultivate, and with the better packager practices. Later on, helped them to aggregate the produce after the harvest. And after the harvest, we have installed established the primary processing setup, and later on that has reached to the wholesaler, big stores and all. So the complete chain is involved in the FPO business, and especially in the millet business, so that the farmers can get the better price for their produce, and in other side the consumers can get the produce or the millet-based value-added products at the affordable price. So it is very important to increase the millet-based industry or the millet-based consumption in India. So to achieve these things, we have made an institutional linkages with various organizations, including the Flipkart, including the IFCO Kisan and all. So we have a collaboration with some government organizations like Manage, NID, and the government of Karnataka and NABARD as well. And SFEC is our nodal partner for promotion of the millet-based FPOs. So we have taken up a lot of activities around the FPOs. You can see that we have signed MOU with the Flipkart to market the millet-based products, and also working with the APEDA, so that we are tapping the international market also to reach out with the millet-based products in the international market. FPO Kisan has helped us to procure the bajra from the FPOs at the Koppal district of Karnataka, where we have introduced the biofortified bajra, and the FPO Kisan has procured it with the higher price. So like that, we are working for the International Year of Millets. We have provided the seeds to the various FPOs at free of cost, so that the FPOs can take up the millets cultivation, and we have linked them to the market as well. So my friends are here from the FPO incubation program from the IIM. So they have just supplied these kind of the millets like the kodo, foxtail, bajra, little and all. So they have supplied the millets to the FPOs and also linked them to the market. So FPOs mainly face the problem that is the market. Even when we participate in the different exhibition and all, we often hear that the marketing is the problem and all. But however, here we have created the ONDC platform. I means we have linked our FPO products to the ONDC, that is the Open Network for Digital Commerce, from the initiative of the SFEC and Government of India. All the products are available on the My Store, so you can easily access these products. You can buy also. Our government departments can buy our FPO products from the GEM, that is the government e-market platform, because to avoid the tender and to avoid the other things and all, the FPOs can directly access the products like the Flipkart and all. They can, the government institutes directly access the products from the GEM and all. So we are also helping our FPOs to become the procurement center. So in the last year, we have made an effort to make our FPO as a paddy procurement center. Again, this year we are in talk with the different agencies. Our FPOs will definitely become the procurement center for the millets also, because the grades and standards of the procurement standards have been established already from the FSSI. So next year, our FPOs will procure the grains and also sell to the government agency like the NAFED and all. So in altogether, our models like the millet model helped to identify the markets. Collective purchases are happening at the market and also produce in the bulk. And we try to eliminate the layers in the market. And now the farmers are getting better, and the remunerative price for their produce, especially in case of the millets. So we run the FPO incubation services at IMR with the technology consultancy, with the infrastructure creation, providing them to the better market and linking them to the market and all are happening. So many FPOs, in addition to our own 41 FPOs, many FPOs have been associated with our incubation program. So in the conclusion part, before I conclude with the 2 more slides, let's listen to our Honorable Prime Minister again, how he talks about the FPOs and the importance of the FPOs. So, yeah.
साथियों, देश के छोटे किसानों के बढ़ते हुए सामर्थ्य को संगठित रूप देने में हमारे किसान उत्पाद संगठनों एफपीओस की बड़ी भूमिका है। जो छोटा किसान पहले अलग थलग रहता था, उसके पास अब एफपीओ के रूप में 5 बड़ी शक्तियां हैं। पहली शक्ति है बेहतर बार्गेनिंग, यानी कि मोल भाव की शक्ति। आप सब जानते हैं कि जब आप अकेले खेती करते हैं तो क्या होता है, आप बीज से लेकर खाद तक सब खरीदते तो फुटकर में हैं, लेकिन बेचते थोक में हैं। इससे लागत ज्यादा बढ़ती है और मुनाफा कम होता है। लेकिन एफपीओ के जरिए ये अब तस्वीर बदल रही है। एफपीओ के माध्यम से अब खेती के लिए जरूरी चीजें किसान थोक में खरीदते हैं और रिटेल में बेचते हैं। एफपीओ से जो दूसरी शक्ति किसानों को मिली है वो है बड़े स्तर पर व्यापार की। एक एफपीओ के रूप में किसान संगठित होकर काम करते हैं, लिहाजा उनके लिए संभावनाएं भी बड़ी होती है। तीसरी ताकत है इनोवेशन की। एक साथ कई किसान मिलते हैं तो उनके अनुभव भी साथ में जुड़ते हैं, जानकारी बढ़ती है, नए नए इनोवेशन के लिए रास्ता खुलता है। एफपीओ में चौथी शक्ति है रिस्क मैनेजमेंट की। एक साथ मिलकर आप चुनौतियों का बेहतर आकलन भी कर सकते हैं, उससे निपटने के रास्ते भी बना सकते हैं। और पांचवी शक्ति है बाजार के हिसाब से बदलने की क्षमता। बाजार और बाजार की डिमांड तो लगातार बदलती रहती है, लेकिन छोटे किसानों को या तो उसकी जानकारी नहीं मिलती या फिर वो बदलाव के लिए संसाधन नहीं जुटाता पाता। कभी सारे लोग एक ही फसल बो देते हैं और बाद में पता चलता है कि उसकी डिमांड ही कम हो गई। लेकिन एफपीओ में आप न केवल बाजार के हिसाब से तैयार रहते हैं, बल्कि खुद बाजार में नए उत्पाद के लिए डिमांड पैदा करने की ताकत भी रखते हैं। साथियों,
So this is what about the FPOs mentioned by our Honorable Prime Minister, and it is the need of the hour as well to talk about the FPOs. So at the end, the advantages of having the farmers collective are here. So we achieved the elimination of middlemen, direct linkages to the market. Aggregation is happening again at the FPO level, direct procurement and collective bargaining power and validation. So it is very important to achieve our Atmanirbhar Bharat as well as to increase the income of the small and marginal farmers. The way forward is that we can collaborate with the various organizations, including the Just Agriculture and Scott Jammu and other organizations, so that we can handle the millet-based FPOs in the country on view of the International Year of Millets. So as we are talking about the 10,000 FPOs are being formed, so the hand-holding support of these CBBOs is very important. Again, the organization like Just Agriculture and others can come forward to handle the FPOs. So one center or the one ICR institute or even say the university can nurture the one millet-based FPO in the district or the state, then that will be a achievement for during this International Year of Millets. So finally, I say that eat millets and stay healthy. So let's millet. So thank you so much for the opportunity given by the Just Agriculture and as well as from the Scott Jammu in this international conference. And I thank to all the organizers and Director ICRIMR, CEO NutriHub, Dr. Srinivas Babu from the ICRIMR, Dr. Rafi, who is working on FPOs at IMR, and all other incubation members or the project staff of their FPO programs at IMR. So thank you so much, madam. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a very wonderful presentation, and it was like self-explanatory. I have got few questions, but by the end, as we came towards end of the present, you have answered all the questions which I have got from the participants. But still, for their clarification, I will ask the questions so that you can clarify them. That also. And the first question which I got from the participants is that, like, if we explore our local markets, So we rarely find the products which are made up of millets. And is there any possibility that in coming future we can get these products in our local markets, in local shops through these FPOs which are forming? Yeah, though you have mentioned that you have collaborations with Flipkart and other e-commerce sites, but they are just asking that in local markets if we can get these products in coming future.
Ma'am, we need a platform to market the produce, right? So in the local market, if we get an opportunity to display our products or the sell, even through two platforms, like one ONDC and as well as the GEM, we are selling to the different places, and SFEC is providing the different linkages every day. Even if you see the SFEC's social media platform today, so they have announced that those who buy the millets from this particular FPO, that is wholesale FPO, then they will get a coupon also. I mean, the International Year of Millets related coupon, or the even cap or the T-shirts also, they have made it and they are promoting like this. So in this view, if any entrepreneurs who would like to associate with our FPOs and sell the products with the kind of margin and all, so we welcome them, and even the Just Agriculture can also take up the initiatives to link up our FPO products with the consumers. So that is there now.
Sure, sir. So as you have mentioned that FPOs, you provide the seeds to FPO, like good quality seeds of millets. So is somebody who is not associated with the FPO, or like from other parts of the country, like from North India or northern hill states, so they can buy the seeds from you, or what are the reliable sources from where they can get the good quality seed of millets?
Definitely, ma'am. The Indian Institute of Millet Research is the sole agency in the country to produce the seed and sell the seeds to the various organizations, KVKs, ICR institutes, FPOs, NGOs, and all. So even the last year also, we have sent a lot of seeds to the northeastern states, and those who are in need of this seed, they can send an email. We have the exclusive email ID, that is, I can even type in the chat box also, so you can share with the participants. So if you send an email with a copy to me, then I'll follow up and I'll make sure that the seeds are supplied to those FPOs or the NGOs on time before this Kharif season, if it is needed.
Okay, sir. So as you have mentioned that you have linkages with APEDA also. So somebody is curious to know about the status of import and exports of millets.
Ma'am, this is under process actually. The startups mainly working on FPOs, startups mainly working for this export market and all. So they are already into there, and because of the issue of shelf life, so we are facing bit of difficulty. However, the once we get the validated products which are having good shelf life and based on the demand, and will enter into that market. So currently it is under process, you can see.
Okay, sir. So now we are just done with the questions, but I have got requests from the participant. They just want you to share your PPT with us so that we can just circulate it among our participants, and it will create awareness among them, because you have mentioned about the e-commerce websites from where they can get the millet products and everything about FPOs. So it will be very helpful if you share your PPT with us so that we can circulate it among the registered participants.
Definitely, madam. I'll mail that one and you can get it. I can share also with the other participant. Only thing is that the FPO should get benefit from this presentation, from this conference, where if they get at least some market related and the consumers on other side, if they get the validated products from this FPOs, then definitely it will be fruitful and successful.
Yeah, so definitely it will create a change, like if not a big one, but yeah, smaller change it will create. Like people will know that from where they can avail the products which are made up of millets, from where they can get the reliable seed, and from where they can get the other things like you have mentioned. So it will definitely help, and it will definitely create a change.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I'll share the PPT. Even my friend is also here, Dr. Rafi. So if anything is there, as a team, we are working and we will take it forward.
Yeah, sir. It's so kind of you. You guys have responded so positively, and I just hope that in incoming future also we are going to do some more events together, so that we can create much more awareness about this about millets and about their uses and FPOs also.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thanks for the
Thank you,
opportunity.
sir. Thank you for your valuable time.
So we are on time. So 4 to 5, it is almost to 5 o'clock. So
Yeah,
we
sir.
are done. So thank
Yeah,
you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rafi,
Yes, sir.
yeah, thanks, Rafi. And hope it is done. And
Yes,
if
sir.
anything is there from your side, if not, then we can close it.
Yeah, sir. We are done.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank
So-
you so much.
Yeah. So once again, I just want to thank all the participants and speakers for attending this 3 days international workshop on Millet Mahotsav. So I request all the participants to stay in the groups, because all the PPT and the certificates link for their certificates will also be sent in the group only. So thank you all for joining and making this international workshop a success. Thank you, sir, and thank you all participants.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Rafi.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.